Hi Stampers, happy Tuesday. So I've got something pumpkin-y today. Are you getting tired of pumpkin spice everything yet? Let's see what, I had something pumpkin yesterday at a stamping thing that I went to. Hey Sandra. And in fact, I will show you the cards that we made before we get started. So I went, my upline, Joe Rao does a coffee and cards thing each month. And so yesterday, the ones that we made were these cute little snowman cards. Let me turn the volume off on my iPad. There we go. Isn't that cute? The background is embossed with that brick embossing folder. And all of this, well, this is not from the, here, let's just look at it. So the snowman is from the suite. I'm looking. So from the Let It Snow suite. So there's the cute little snowman we used. And the there's all the cute papers in that set. We didn't use any of those. But then I wanted to show you what that background die is. Okay, it's from the Feels Like Frost collection, and it's this Frosted Frames die right here. And that's what you get in the set. And the three little snowflakes, these snowflakes here that we cut out of the glimmer paper or glitter paper, is right there. So yeah. Very cute. And we stamped the envelopes. I boogered up one of them because I tried to go back and re-stamp it. We were using StazOn, and yeah, I didn't do a very good job, but you know what? Whoever gets it, they're probably not going to say, oh look, she stamped that twice and she messed up. I'll make sure I send that one to someone that's not a stamper. Oh, and then we used the puff paint that's in the catalog. So I made little snowballs. We had the option of doing puff paint or the new chunkier glitter. Anyway, that was what we made. Hi, Karen. Happy birthday. Okay, here is my hostess code for this month. So if you place an order with me of under $150, be sure to put that code in at checkout. And you can find this on the landing page too. So you don't have to really write it down if you don't want to. So I've got a little project. I don't have a card today. I have a little pumpkin project. And what I have pre-done is cut out a bunch, and I'll count them. But I've cut out a bunch of 2-inch circles. So I've got 2 there. 4, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 16. And I have cut these out of, this color is Cajun Craze, and then from my stash, this is retired, but this was the Grapefruit Grove foil paper. You can cut these out of pattern papers, you can cut them out of cardstock and emboss them, you can cut them out of cardstock and stamp a design on them. It's really endless as to what you want to make your little pumpkin with. But I'm using for this one a solid cardstock and a foil. So, like I said, I cut these with a 2-inch punch. Then I stuck them on my scoring board and I scored them at 1 inch and folded them. You want to make sure your edges are even. So if you score it and then fold it and they're not even, you might not want to use your scoreboard, but mine worked out fine. I only had 1 or 2 that I had to kind of futz with to get them even on the edges. And then we're going to start, some people hot glue. I found that using my Tombow multi glue works really good and it holds fast, and so that's what I'm using. And so after you cut these and score them in half, you're gonna fold them and then give them, you know, a crease with your bone folder. And then you just are gonna start gluing these. Oh, and if you use a paper like this that's one-sided, make sure you are folding the side that you want to show to the inside. All right, I'm gonna get gluing. So the gluing part here, I will go at it fast, but I hope you won't get too bored. But like I said, I will try to hurry with it, but I want to show you, I want to give you some tips with this as I go. So you're just going to put your next piece on and line them up. And if you have one of these little silicone mats, they are so helpful. I absolutely love this. They're pretty inexpensive. Like, I think they're $6 in the catalog. They're in the annual catalog. I love it. I use it for a lot of things too, just not gluing. And then I just take it in and run it under the water in the sink. Sometimes I might have to use my fingernail to pick some of the glue off, but it all comes off. So I'm alternating these. So if you are using different papers or whatever, make sure you're getting them in the order that you want. Okay, now after every few that I glue together, I like to turn it up on end here and just make sure that they are good and even. This little pumpkin that I am making is going to be kind of a fancy one. And then I will show you the one I made earlier this morning when we're done, and the one that I made many years ago. And it's still, you would not know that I made it many years ago. Come on, glue. I know you're in there. Hi, Carol. Indiana. Oh, that makes me think of a song. Who was it? I don't think B.J. Thomas. Back in the day, was it him? Indiana wants me, Lord, I can't go back there. Who sang that? I'm thinking it was him. It might have been somebody else. That really dates me, doesn't it? But that's okay. I can remember how the tune goes, too. Pretty sure I was in high school. The wind is blowing here today and it's feeling quite wintry. It's been raining. I'm not ready for this kind of weather, you guys. I like this kind of, this crafty side of fall, the decorating and that stuff, but I'm not, I'm more of a spring and summer person for our weather here on the coast, because summer for a lot of people is very hot and miserable, but we don't have enough warm weather in my opinion here, so, and blue skies. So I love all of it I can get, because the fall and winter can last pretty long with a lot of rain and gray skies. Okay, we're getting there. And then I'm going to need your guys' opinion on some glitter here pretty soon, because I thought I had it figured out. And then I found that I had some other glitter. So that made me question what I want to do. What all kinds of things have you guys been crafting for fall? Anything? I decided I've got some cute Halloween things, but I don't want to just do Halloween, 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 Christmas. I'm not much of making specific Thanksgiving things, but I don't want to overload everybody with all Halloween, and a lot of people don't even, like to make any Halloween things. And then, of course, everybody's doing Christmas, and a lot of people have been since July. So I'll try to mix it up a bit. I've got an order coming tomorrow. I'm my own best customer. But as soon as I placed the order, then I thought, oh, there's other things I want. Like I want that cute little box that's in the holiday catalog, that little rounded kind of box. Because I'm seeing people do really cute things with that now. Hey, Joe. I showed the cards we made yesterday, and now I'm making a little fancy pumpkin. Joe's my upline, and I always enjoy going and making things at her house. Okay, almost there. Like I said, a lot of people will use hot glue for this, but I probably would have made a bigger mess with hot glue than just doing it this way. And this glue holds really well, and it works fast. So if you missed the papers that I'm using in the beginning, I'm using Cajun Craze cardstock, and from my stash I'm using Grapefruit Grove foil cardstock. One more circle. Now, you do not have to do these 16 circles, okay? That's just what I chose to do. You can make them however many circles that suit your fancy. And I feel like I'm kind of on a roll with these now, so I'll probably do some patterned paper ones, and maybe some embossed ones that I put the circles in my embossing folder and do. Okay, So it worked out just right that now I have the foil one there and the cardstock one there, so I won't have two of the same thing together. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for just a few minutes, and I'm going to put a block on top just to weight it down a little bit and give it a little extra drying time. I want to show you what I did for the stem of the pumpkin. This is just a strip of crumb cake cardstock, and it was just a narrow strip. I wet it. I sprayed it with fine mist spray and wet it a little bit. I wadded it up and unwadded it and wadded it up again and unwadded it, and then I twisted it. So it wasn't soaking wet or anything. It was just a little damp. And yeah, I know, Joe, I string it all over and everything. So I twisted it, and then I just set it aside so it could kind of dry and stay like this. And let's see here. The other thing I did, I was going to use the that mosaic paper for the leaves, so I cut this little tiny strip of it off to make my, you know, the little twisty things, the tendrils. I'm going to call it a tendril. I don't know what they are. Those little twisty things on the pumpkins, the vines, that's what they are when they dry up and they get all twisty. That's what this is, and I think I will just go ahead and use it, even though I changed my mind on what I wanted to use the for my leaves. So what I decided to use for my leaves, since I told you this is a fancy little pumpkin, is this glitter paper, and this is also from my stash. This was from the Myths and Magic glimmer paper pack that was, gosh, a year or so ago. So you may have some of this in your stash. And if you don't, I know you'll find something. If you want to make a fancy pumpkin, you will find just the right thing to make the leaves out of. Now, also, this is not Stampin' Up, but I have this old leaf punch, and I realize this is a maple leaf, okay, but who cares? It's going to be a pumpkin leaf today. So I cut one out just to make sure I was going to be able to cut it out with this punch, because you know how these punches are, these older ones like this. I think I'm going to have to stand up to do this because I want 3. There we go. Yay, I did it. All right. So now, since I'm using glitter paper, I really can't define. I guess I could with an alcohol marker. I could go in and draw some veins if I wanted to in the leaves, but instead I'm just going to do a little bit of folding here and shaping and do that, and not worry about the veins in the leaves, really. So there's that one. So a couple of videos back, I had some music playing in the background. I love that. I love to have the music playing. However, I upload my videos to YouTube, and they sent me a nice little message saying that I wasn't going to get put on, what is it when your kids get in trouble and you, I wasn't going to be restricted. No, that's not the word they used. I'm just being sarcastic. But yeah, I wasn't going to get in trouble, whatever word they used for it. They just wanted to let me know that, you know. And the music I had playing, you guys, was like some kind of soundscapes thing on my TV. And I thought that'll be okay, because who's going to identify any of that elevator music? But apparently they can identify it somehow. I have no idea how that works. But I thought better safe than sorry, so I just don't have any music playing. It just helps pass the time when you're doing some of these tedious things that aren't as exciting to watch. All right, there's some shape to the leaves, and I've got, what did I do with my stem? Here's my stem. I'll cut that off. And what I'm going to do with this is just get yourself a toothpick or some little skinny handled thing. Uh-oh, didn't mean to tear it. Better be a little more gentle. And twist it around. And then just slide it off, so then you can cut it to whatever length you want it there. And let's see how this is. Okay. Now, I'm gonna cut this to whatever length I want it here for my stem. It doesn't need to be very long. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a curve. And bring my glue back in. And put a little glue on it here. And it's going to go right in the middle, like that. And I think before I close that up, I'll go ahead and take this piece. I'm going to cut just a little bit of it off. And stick some glue on it. A little dab will do you there. And I'm going to put that in there. And then we're going to glue this pumpkin closed. Okay, now I've got some little clothespins here. And I'm just going to put one at the bottom and one at the top. And let that set for just a minute and get the glue off my fingers here. And while I give that a second, I will bring this glitter out that I have, and you guys can give me your opinion here, your vote. Hey, Sandy. So this was my first thought. Isn't this the most gorgeous coppery brown glitter? I love it. So pretty. Okay. That was my first thought, to glue along the edges of this. Then I got in my glitter stash, which I have a stash, and realized that I have pumpkin glitter, pumpkin glitter, you guys. Who would have thought? So that's the color. Let me bring this up again. And keep in mind, we've got those green sparkly leaves. So should I use this glitter on the edges or the brown? Give me your vote. I'm just going to try to get it on the outside edges. And I will go with your guys' vote. It looks like 3 of you are on there, so if you each say what you like, which one you want, it shouldn't be a tie, right? So tell me, brown or pumpkin? Which color do you guys think would look best on the edges? And I'm hoping I can get the glue just on the edges. Trying to figure out what's the best way of going about doing that, because I haven't really done that yet. Orange. Thank you, Sandy. So again, I used from my stash the Grapefruit Grove foil cardstock, and then I used Cajun Craze there. Crumb cake for the stem, and the leaves were glimmer paper from this stash that is not available anymore, Myths and Magic. All right, orange it is then, because Sandy is the only one that told me a color. All right, so that's good there. And I'm thinking, how is the best? Maybe using my finger. That would be really messy, but I'll have a baby wipe ready over here so I can wipe off so I don't get glue finger marks all over. And I'm going to put the glitter in this tray. Or maybe I should sprinkle it. I'll sprinkle it. So what I'm going to do is just put some glue on here. And do this. It's messy. I'm doing it I'm grouping pages together. Oh, you guys, that's going to be so cute. Look. Okay, let's do another group. Oops, I set my tray over the glue. That works pretty good though. I think I got glue on the bottom of my pink tray. Okay, wipe my fingers off and sprinkle. So cute. And just one more group to go here. Put some more glue on here. Wiping my fingers off. and sprinkling. Now once everything is all dry, I can go back and get that from between the pages, you know. Okay, I want to make sure I got all the glue off the bottom of my tray. And get all of this off my fingers, and then I'll get the pages separated there so they don't stick together. Very cute. Now I need to put the leaves on. There's one little bit here, this page, that didn't get much glue. Let me see if I can just get a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's going to be adorable. I'm just going to let it set on that silicone mat so that it won't stick to anything. And then I'm going to get these leaves put on. And I'm just going to put a little glue up here. And set that there. And then for these last two, I'm going to go ahead and snip off the stem of the leaf. Hold that in place for a second. I think these are just really cute little decorations to put on your coffee table or side table or something, or you could make them as a decoration for your tables for Thanksgiving. Have one by each person's plate or something. That'd be cute. I don't get that fancy at my house, but not saying that it wouldn't be fun to get that fancy, but we just aren't too fancy a folk. Okay, let me snip this one. All right. It's because this is glitter paper that it's taking longer for it to want to stick together. It's a little more stubborn. I'll put a little extra glue on this one. See if I can get them to be cooperative here. Okay. I don't really want to touch it too much because There we go. How cute is that, you guys? And I will take a brush and brush all that excess glitter off once it's all dry. Oopsie. That's why I didn't want to touch it. I might have to hot glue these leaves if they're going to be stubborn. I might just have to. Okay, I'm going to just set that aside and bring in the one that I made this morning. My hands are so sticky now from glue. I think you should punch extra circle and do 1/2 and other brown. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, the fun of these are is that you can do so many different things. I was saying at the beginning, you can use patterned paper, you can emboss, run it through your embossing machine and emboss the circles first so they have texture. Isn't this one cute? This one I'm deeming like a country pumpkin, okay? So I used all pumpkin, is it pumpkin spice? What is it? Pumpkin pie cardstock. I edged with a sponge and ink with the Cajun Craze. The leaves are cut from the patterned paper. Let me get it. From the Brights Designer Series papers. So the gingham is the one side and that's the other. And I folded the leaves and then ran ink down the fold lines. And then I made my little tendril vine there out of the same paper. And the stem I did the same way as I did for this one. And then this is the one that I did many years ago, and I probably did it at some class I went to or stamp club or something. So there you can get an idea of what these look like made with patterned papers. And then the edges were inked, and I have no idea what this leaf was. But then the stem was done with a pipe cleaner, a really fuzzy one. I'm not a big fan of the pipe cleaner part, but I love the patterned papers. But that's like 3 different little pumpkins there to give you an idea of what, how you can make these. And like I said, these are a 2-inch circle. It doesn't have to be a 2-inch circle. Make whatever size you want. I think bigger would be very fun. Using an oval to make a taller, the taller, more slender shaped pumpkins in the mix. You could do a whole little pumpkin scene, and I think that would be so very cute. This one didn't have the little vine. We didn't do that wherever I made that one at, but I like the little vine on there. So yeah, pumpkin fun. And I think I'm for sure going to have to go back and stick these glitter leaves on with some hot glue. But I'm very much liking the fancy pumpkin. And that is my video for today, you guys. I hope I have inspired you to make some little pumpkins of your own. And if you do, please come back and post them. You can post your picture right in the comments on this video, or just make a separate post and show us your pumpkins. That would be great. And I will come back on Friday for Friday Fun Day, and I'm not sure what we'll be doing there yet, but I am getting a new order of things tomorrow, so who knows? Oh, and I wanted to show you one other thing I thought would be really cool because it reminded me it's coming in my order tomorrow. I have this bundle coming, the Harvest Hellos with the Apple Builder Punch, but that's not just for making apples. It's also for cutting out the pumpkin, and I'm thinking that if you slide it in halfway into the punch, if you stamp this, you could, even though it doesn't show the outline necessarily of cutting that out, I bet you anything you could slide it in halfway and cut that out. We'll see. But don't you think this little greeting right here would be really cute to add on to these pumpkins? You could make a little banner and tuck it in and it would say, "Hey there, pumpkin." I think that would be so cute. You could make up some to have, and if you have company come over, you could send one home with them. That would be fun. So yeah, that's coming tomorrow. I've seen some really super cute caramel apples made with this, so I'm anxious to give that a try. I've already bought the caramel apple pops to make up some little treats with that. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, you guys. I will be back on Friday, and in the meantime, have a great week, and I will see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.